Welcome to Behind the Lines, coming to you from the socialist, Marxist lines of Washington State. It's a crazy liberal petri dish for the rest of the country, folks. Stay up to date with all the great news right here. So we're talking about cop stuff, public safety. And this is something I know a little bit about because I was a cop for about 9 years, and I worked for 911 for 13 years, and I also worked as a volunteer and paid firefighter. But what I want to focus on is this carjacking that occurred in Seattle downtown yesterday morning about 7:30 a.m. in the Greenwood neighborhood. Guy pulls a shotgun on somebody, takes his brand new truck. They get in a big chase. It ends up downtown at the waterfront, and in a 5-vehicle crash, the cops pitted him, and he hit a garbage truck, totaled the truck, hit a couple other vehicles, and there was a cop car involved. And now the Seattle Police Accountability Commission is saying that they're going to investigate if these cops overdid it and used too much force in this case. I mean, are you joking me? You've got a guy in broad daylight pulling a shotgun on somebody and taking off with their car. This is a violent crime. These people need to be chased and caught. What are you people talking about? You're going to investigate if this was overuse of force. Are you joking me? Do you people have any clue what you're talking about? This is the problem with these police accountability commissions. They just don't understand law enforcement. They're just citizens who get together and try to make decisions about this stuff, and it affects all of us. I mean, do you want somebody running around with a shotgun? You know, you're just minding your own business, and he walks. It had this happen to be at a business, a gas station, but you want, you're going out to your car in the morning to get ready for work, and some dude walks up with a shotgun and steals your car, and you don't know if he's going to kill you or not. You want people like this running around on the street? This is just typical Seattle BS. In January, Cairo 7 ran a story that the sheriff's office told them that carjackings are up 40% in King County. And the title of the story is "Pandemic Brings Sharp Rise in King County Carjackings." You really think it's the pandemic that's bringing that up? Or maybe it's the terrible approach to law enforcement and public safety in King County by the King County Council and the Seattle City Council. Any thoughts that maybe that has something to do with it and not COVID? Hello? And this is happening in big cities all over the country. During the pandemic, carjackings have risen 126% in New Orleans, 134% in Chicago, 537% in Minneapolis. Do you think it has anything to do with these democratic cities and the way they run their public safety and police departments? They don't care about public safety and prosecuting criminals or even catching criminals. They're defunding their cops, and this is the result. And then you got people wondering why this is happening. Is there any common sense left in this world? I bet this carjacker won't be in jail for more than a couple days, and he'll be released on his own personal recognizance. No bail, no bond. You watch and see. And this now, when we talk about this stuff in Washington, mainly we think about Seattle, but this is spreading now to even Pierce County. They had a guy the other night do a drive-by shooting. Nobody got hit, but pulled up to an intersection in his minivan and pulls out a gun and fires off 23 rounds. There just happened to be a cop in an unmarked cruiser a couple cars back, thought he was the one being shot at. Takes evasive maneuvers to get away. They end up in a chase. The guy ends up stopping nearby and jumps out and runs off into the woods. He eventually gets caught at his apartment complex. So, they take him and book him at Pierce County Jail, and prosecutors request a $30,000 bond, which, in my opinion, is pretty low for something like that. You just got some nutbag firing off rounds, 23 rounds. Not like it was 2 or 3, but even that would be too many. He had a stolen gun. And the judge decides to go ahead and let him out on no bail. So he's back out on the streets right now, out there in Bonney Lake. And you got to wonder, what is this judge thinking? It's Pierce County Superior Court Judge Stanley Rumbaugh. And who knows what that guy's line of thinking was with that. I mean, does he care about public safety or the people in Bonney Lake? Interesting. And not only was that gun stolen, but the dude, Carlos Martinez, is homeless. So if he doesn't show up for court, how easy do you think that guy's going to be to find? He could be anywhere. He could be sleeping in your backyard and have another stolen gun. Obviously, he breaks into houses or something to obtain his weapons. When are we going to say enough is enough of this stuff? These community activist groups that are doing, a disservice to public safety, and all of us, all the rest of us who just want things to be safe. We want to be able to go to work. We want to be able to come home and feel safe in our homes and know that there's police out there if there's a problem. And all these little community activist groups and police accountability commissions, and the state's got their own BS police accountability thing going on now. They're all creating a massive amount of public danger. And when are we going to stand up for this and say enough? You people need to start doing your jobs. You prosecutors need to actually prosecute people. People actually need to be held accountable for what they do, and there needs to be consequences for their actions. And we seem to be in a state of society where nobody believes in consequences anymore. And it's going to catch up with us. We're on our way to being the next Chicago or Detroit. And this needs to stop. These people in these, again, government positions, people not doing their jobs. These prosecutors, they're paid a lot of money, and they're just not doing their jobs. And it's just typical government employees getting paid to do nothing. I don't know what the recourse is for us, because, judges are pretty much untouchable, and, prosecutors are kind of the same way. They can run around and do whatever the hell they want, harass the people they want to harass, and just let people out or not charge people they don't want to charge. So it's baffling. It truly is. But they definitely do not care about public safety. There was also a shooting in Shoreline early this morning around 1:40 at a Safeway. 2 men get into an argument, and this guy in his 40s was shot at least once in the arm. They say his injuries were non-life threatening. Cops came in to track the guy with the dog, which that'll be also illegal here soon, because the state wants to do away with canine tracking and catching suspects with a canine. It's just, yes, insanity. But they weren't able to track the guy. The dude fired off 5 shots. Lucky nobody else got hit. And even if they catch this guy, what do you think they'll do to him, huh? The article says all they know about him is he's a mixed race male. So, he's downtrodden and whatever, and social justice, equity, blah, 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 and then cut him loose. Probably no bail anyway. Let him go. This has to stop. This is going to make Seattle a very dangerous place to be. What do we do when the government doesn't want you to be able to protect yourself and carry a weapon? They don't want the cops to be out there protecting you, or they want to limit them as much as they possibly can, and they don't want to prosecute or incarcerate criminals. What do you do at that point? What exactly, how do you protect yourself and your family? Does anybody have an answer to that? Is there any common sense left in this world? Questions we need to answer, folks, and we need to do it soon because we're headed down a dark hole. Anyway, I hope you'll be safe out there and have a great day. Hey everyone, thanks for listening to the Behind the Line podcast. I hope you will subscribe to the channel so you can get regular updates. And if you're listening to this on YouTube, I hope you will also like it, share it, and subscribe on YouTube as well. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook, Anchor, Spreaker. We're on various other podcast platforms. And you can find me on LinkedIn under John Washington. Again, thank you for listening. We appreciate your support.